Thank you for waiting for me to come back. People always talk about you have to be disciplined to learn an instrument, but it's not discipline, it's devotion. I think it was Luciano Pavarotti, the opera singer, and apologies for my pronunciation of his name, that said, it isn't discipline, it is devotion to my craft. You have to love what you do, and the more you love it, and the more you can consistently show up for yourself, the more success you will get. So today I want to share with you some of the best advice I've been given that has completely shaped the way I play and the way I think about music. And I want to start with the advice that changed me completely from Sean Hurley. So Sean was speaking to Ian Martin Allison, I think it was a Scott's Bass Lesson, like podcast thing. And what he said blew my mind at the time. And it was, my audience isn't the crowd. And I'm paraphrasing, obviously. My audience is the band. And that left me changed fundamentally the way I play bass, the way I think about being a musician, especially as I want to be a side musician. I want to work with people. And it made me realize that I'm not here for myself. I want the band to have a good time. If the band are having a good time, the crowd are having a good time. If the drummer is having a great time playing with me, then the band is going to sound amazing, because no band sounds good with a bad drummer. No band sounds good with an out of sync rhythm section. And to make them the focus is really important. I had a lesson with Paul Geary recently, like on Monday, and I was complaining about my playing because I've been playing to a click and I've been recording myself and I'm pushing the beat all the time. But he asked me to record a Snarky Puppy song, which I put up on my channel a few days ago, and the groove is there, it's in the pocket, but there are points where I'm pushing, and he's like, at those points you're not listening anymore, you're anticipating, you've stopped playing to the band and you started playing for yourself. And you have to be, I think anyway, as to be a great bass player, you have to remove the ego from it and really show yourself that you're here for the band. In my vein of being a bass player, obviously if you're a solo player, if you want to do solo projects, then you have to have some ego in there as well. But for me, wanting to work with people and wanting to play bass for people, removing the ego is one of the best things you can do. And it reminds me of Sean's advice. You're playing to the band, you're playing to the producer, you're playing to the singer, you're playing to the songwriter. None of those people will call you back and ask you again if you don't play for them.
Oh, I never know what makes this man with all the love that his heart can stand. Dream of ways to throw it all away.
Going on from this, the second piece of advice, which was truly incredible for me, was actually again from Paul, and it was in the same lesson. And he gave me an analogy, and it's a football analogy, UK football, actual proper football. Come on, England, we're going to win the World Cup. Scusa, Stefano, you're not there. He said that time is like defending in football. It is everybody's job to defend, but the defense and the goalkeeper, it is their primary job, and that is the drummer and the bass player. It is your primary job to hold time to be the last line of defense, to be resolute, to draw a line in the sand and be like, this is the tempo, this is the groove. And yet the guitarist, the midfielders, the singer, the striker, they all have to contribute to that. But it is your job as a bass player to hold that line, to not step back so the offside trap gets triggered wrong. You have to hold the line. And I apologise to anyone in the States that's watching this that doesn't understand the rules of football. But you have to hold the line. It is down to you to make sure that your time is there. And as a bass player, you have the secondary job, especially in, again, the realm I want to be in, where you are the last line of the harmony as well. So if they all play a C sharp and you play an A underneath it, you are creating an A minor chord. And that may not be what they want you to do. So this advice, again, reminded me that you have to, as a bass player, really listen to what's around you, respect what is happening, try and understand, if you can, what the drummer's doing, what the guitarist is doing, and respond to it appropriately. You know, if they're playing like a 6/8 shuffle and you're doing a quarter note slap on it, maybe that's not the vibe. Maybe it is the vibe. It's probably not the vibe. So really listen and really try and respond appropriately like a football team. You train all week on the pitch to hold your line, to defend in a certain way, but the other team are allowed tactics as well, and they will throw curveballs. So when you're out there with your drummer friends or with whatever you're doing musically, get ready to anticipate, move with the music, but hold the line. I want to share today. Actually got today. So as you know, I do a lot of education because I want to be good. So I'm trying to consistently show up for myself. And one of the education things I'm currently doing is with Ian King, who is a theatre bass player. I cannot say theatre, whatever. He plays at stage shows in the West End in London. And he has a group class in this app called Circle. And every semester he brings in a guest teacher. Today was Sean Hurley. I couldn't believe it. One of the most influential bass players for me in my journey is Sean Hurley. And now I got to meet him and I got to ask him questions directly. And one of the things he talked about was he isn't there to create a moment for himself. He is there so that others can have moments. Again, very much aligned with the audience. The band is my audience, sorry. He's such a disciplined player. If you listen to the Robin Thicke album, this guy plays every other chord. And he plays on the one. And that's all he does. And every bass player in the world would probably want to play more. But he doesn't. He plays the minimum of what the song needs because the bass, in most situations, is supposed to support. We are the lowest part of the harmony. We are the foundation of the music. We're there to support. There are lots of opportunities for incredible virtuoso performances. You know, go watch John Patitucci, go and watch Yannick Wisdala, go watch Victor Wooten. All these guys are incredible. Go and listen to funk for, you know, what does Rocco do? You know, what's the guy from Wolfpack called? Joe Dart. All of these incredible musicians and play the most appropriate thing. But in the world I am, where I like slower music, I want to play with songwriters and singers and stuff. Most of the time playing quite simple is the correct thing. And this guy is the king of dedication and discipline and devotion to his music and to his craft, which is giving others moments. You know, bass for me is not about ego. It's about love of what you're doing and showing up for yourself and being devoted to it. Now, for me, that devotion and showing up for myself means that I want to be able to play what is hip at full pace, and I want to be able to do Victor Wooten stuff so that when I'm on a paid gig, I can play the most pocketed one you've ever heard, and I will just lay out and just let the song breathe, because that's what I want to do as a bass player. You have to show up for yourself.
Better man than me, yeah. Oh, now how can that be? Just keep me where the light is. Just keep me where the light is. Just keep me where the...
So to wrap this video up, because you don't really want to hear my voice that much. Okay. So to wrap this video up, thinking about Pavarotti, think about how much you love playing the instrument. You know, if you only get an hour a week, warm up and then play some songs. You know, do something that makes you happy with the instrument. Don't try and cram in Lydian dominant. Just play whatever song. Play Gravity if you're a John Mayer fan. Play Spice Girls. Play Elvis. Play the Beatles. Play Michael. Play what makes you smile, so that you love the instrument more. The more you love the instrument, the more devoted you'll become to it. And naturally you'll get better, because you'll want to spend more time with it. So what I'd love you to do, because I want to be better at bass, is I would, if you can, if you've got this far, leave a comment just telling me what the best bit of advice you've been given is and how it affected you, and I'll see if I can implement that advice into my life as well. Good to be back. See you in the next one. Peace.